Hello, doll lovers. It's Ruby Rad's World of Dolls, and welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that all is well, fantastic, and fabulous your way. Guys, I was here in the doll room. I'm off today, and I was in the mood to come in and play around a little bit with my dolls. Um, I've been playing around with my new Ken Couture John doll. I've been trying to find a match that I could accept for him, even though I know I was not going to find a perfect match. I was hoping I was going to be able to find a doable match, and I didn't have any luck. I put him on the Khalil body, which is this one here, and the skin tone was way off. You know, that's why I'm saying you cannot look at them and not put them side by side or swap the heads to get a true picture of what it really is going to look like. Um, he matched the Malik, the original Malik, more, but I only have one spare body of my original Malik, and that is on my Terrence. And Terrence is a special guy in my collection. You know, I want to say it's the first Ken fashionista with the rooted hair. So I was not getting rid of him. He cannot lose his body. And even though that Malik body is not a perfect match, it's a doable match for Terrence. And I paid the full price when that body came out. That body was $29.99. You know, those bodies, you could only buy them from the site, I want to say. I think Malik was available in some stores, but he was never available in any store around me. But I ended up ordering that body just for Terrence, and Terrence has been wearing that body for years. Now he could have wore that body. He could have wore that body, and it would have been better than this one. That's what I'm saying. I never even considered Malik's body, but just looking at him in the box and taking him out, I thought that this was going to be a good match, and it didn't work well for me. Um, Annie from Annie's Playhouse, you know, we both are talking back and forth about a match for our John because she has him too. And I shared a video with her, a little clip um, of the matches of the dolls beside each other. And, you know, even then when I did the video with her, I told her that I was going to use this body. But after playing with him and swapping them, even putting him in his clothes and stuff, I just wasn't pleased with it. So it was one of them things that I just couldn't accept. So he ended up back on this Modern Muse body. He's now over here in the background. I don't think you guys can see him because I think the lamp is blocking that shelf with a lot of my guys that are just there being showcased. So right now, there's no match for me. None of my soldier bodies match him. Nothing I have match him. I do not understand why Mattel won't do more Ken skin tones. It is money in that. You know, if they just did the bodies without the heads, I know that I would buy those. I know that I would buy them. But I came to you guys because I got these two handsome fashionistas here. Well, they're beach Kens. These are beach Kens on Fresh Squad bodies. I love these faces a lot. I do not know the numbers, but this guy right here with the braids, I really, really like him. He's been used a lot. I really like him. And he's not the fashionista head. He's going to be the beach head. And then this is also the beach head as well. And this head has been around a lot as well. He has basically been, he's been a firefighter. He's been a doctor. He's been a farmer. He's been a Ken fashionista. You know, you name it. In the Ken world, he's done it. So, you know, they've been in those swim trunks for a while. It's time for me to undress them. And I bought these new fashion packs not too long ago. And I have a bad habit of buying them and packing them up, forgetting what I got and not enjoying them. And guys, that's where I'm at right now in the collection. I'm to the point where I have to start using things. I'm at the point, period, even in my home, when I make a purchase and I'm able to bring it home and I'm able to use it right then and there, have a space for it, a purpose for it, and not putting it away, it is a good feeling to me. And when I buy something for my doll hobby, like for the doll house or for something for one of the dolls, and I bring it home and can get immediate gratification with that, and it has a purpose, it gives me a feeling that it's very, very a good feeling. And I prefer that. I'm starting to, I told you guys a while back, I'm starting to feel overwhelmed, which is why I have pulled back a lot on the dolls. But some dolls I just ain't gonna pass up on, like the John, the Debbie Allen, the ballerina, with the Odile face sculpt with the beautiful brown skin. Those were items that were not, I wasn't passing on them. That's what I collect. That's why I collect. But I have cut back a lot. Like I said, I have a lot of dolls that I don't get to spend a lot of time with. The room box was a great way to get a lot of my dolls out of the cases and showcased, and it worked. I'm still working on it because that's the goal. I want the dolls out. Oh gosh, trying to open this. I don't want to talk about my hands in every video. God knows I don't want to actually sound like I'm complaining, but it is a big part of my life. The strength and grip that I have, the numbness in this finger all of the time, the arthritis. Guys, listen, it is part of life. It is getting older, and I'm not complaining. It's just a fact. These bags are not as thick as they used to be. But they are still reusable. You can still store things in them, doll clothes. If you got a lot of doll clothes and you want to put things back the way they were so that you can have all the pieces to a set, these are perfect. They also come still with the little hangers that I have to cut off later. I'm not going to mess with that now. But these fashion packs were $5.99. From Walmart, $5.99. And these again are the Ken ones. I know it's starting to get cold. Today is cold. I love the cold weather, guys. But it's getting cold. But it's getting ready. Wednesday, tomorrow, it's going to be right back in the 70s. The weather is all over the place. But today, the highs it's going to get is in the low 40s. We were under a freeze alert last night. So you know how cold that has to be. It has to be 32 or below to get a freeze alert. Some places in North Carolina got snow last night, guys. We weren't one of those places, but a lot of places got snow. A lot of people have shared photos of their yards, and it actually snowing last night when it was snowing, and it was so beautiful. So beautiful. Yes. So yeah, so I thought I'd pop in and dress these two guys in these fashion packs instead of letting them just sit in the pack and get packed away. I'm almost, I'm not ashamed to say, but I have, because I love collecting the fashion packs. That's part of the collecting that I enjoy. The fashion packs. I love the doll fashion. I love dressing my dolls. I also love just finding the fashion packs and keeping them for future whatevers. I have a container inside my closet that I need to go through because I know I got a lot of fashion packs in there. All right, so this set comes with, I put the scissors away too soon. These plastic tea ties. Woo, Mateo, can you do something else? These, it wouldn't be so bad. It is a nerve plucker for me when I'm trying to unbox them and I don't want to rip my stuff. But these things leave permanent little holes. Look at those little tiny holes. These little tiny holes. Permanent tiny little holes from those tea ties. This stuff is there. These little holes are there to stay. I mean, they already used the most the cheapest fashion fabric that they can use. Look at that, more permanent holes from those tea ties. Yeah, holes that are there to stay. Let me see what we got over here. More tea ties, And you know, this is not me complaining, though it probably is, but it's still a fact. These tea ties ruin your little fashions. They ruin your little fashions. Permanent little holes. You know, I guess it's the cheapest and quickest way to pack and ship and make sure that everything stays down the way that they intend for it to be when you receive it. But I need to get a shirt at some point to put this on him. There's no shirt underneath it. All right, so this one comes with a little shirt, Malibu with the purple car. I'm not sure what kind of car that is. I'm not even going to guess. Velcro's in the back. We got these little purple shorts. I love the color scheme. I do. I wish they would have just made them long pants, you know. You could have gave us this same mold material with long pants, you know. Ken wears long pants too. So let's go ahead and get him in this. And then, guys, too, I have my Outer B Wells there that I've restyled because I wanted to just hit on a little, just a little discussion because, you know, I like to give feedback on you guys' comments. And see, the Fresh Squad bodies, I'm going to tell you, these dolls, the Fresh Squads are thicker in the hips and thighs. All right, so it got on there. Do I have the front? I think I got them on backwards because that part I do. I do. And I got to put, it's going to turn my nerves up if I don't put them on right. All right, so let's go the other way. They're thicker in the, well, no, I did have them. No, I didn't. The big seam goes in the back. But I wanted to address that, and I'll wait until I get these dolls dressed, and then we'll talk about it. That someone, you know, made a comment on why they love Debbie Allen, but they didn't want the doll. And I don't agree with what they said, but I do respect their opinion and their comment. You know, all comments are welcome as long as they are done respectfully. So I just want to hit on it. Because this is just my personal opinion. You know, they share their personal opinion. You know, I just want to share my personal opinion with a little fact. Mine ain't just my personal opinion. It's actual fact. All right, so here he goes in the shorts. And the shorts fit pretty good. And again, this is the Fresh Squad body. And then we got the shirt that Velcros in the back. So these guys are going to be hanging out somewhere in the mini-verse where it's warm and it doesn't get cold. Because as you can see, they're going to be in these outfits for a bit. Yep. So let's do that. I'm looking at these little pinholes from those plastic tea ties. All right. So again, little snug pull because this Fresh Squad body is a more, I'm going to say more muscular body. Because you see how snug it fits. And because he is a muscular guy, it doesn't look bad. And this one came with a pair of shoes. A cool pair of purple high top sneakers. A lot of detail there. Again, those people out there with all those great patience and skills could fix those details and give these shoes life. Yes, I've seen it. It's some you all are some talented folks out there. All right, so here he is in the first fashion set. I think that purple looks good on his beautiful brown skin. And there he is. He's always smiling too when they use him. And this guy here always looks so serious. I have him in the darker skin tone, and he's on a muscular made to move body. And he's in a, yeah, and his name's Curtis. So I do have this guy in my collection as a character. His name's Curtis. And I really like him a lot. I was glad when we were able to use him on a made to move body. Again, dropping things. Okay. So how is the weather? How is the weather for you guys? Did any of you get snow where you are? Is it cold where you are? Is it still hot? But, you know, this is North Carolina weather. This is how our weather is, you know. It flip-flops a lot, especially this time of year. All right, so I'm hoping I can get these up on him because, again, these fresh bodies are really, really more broader in the hip. Woo! And because my hands, if I can get them up, I hope that I can get them off. I had a hard time getting their swim trunks off because of the fat around the waist. All right, I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. All right, we got it up there. Yep, so, all right, push it all the way up. There we go. So, he's in them. Yep, he's in them. I like these Fresh Squad bodies. They're nicely made, articulated bodies. And the newer ones are less shiny. They're more matted. He was a lot shinier. He was the original Made to Move body. I want to say that was Anthony. And I'm going to put the Fresh Squad shoes that one of them had on already. So I know they fit because this is the doll that they were designed for. And I know that I'm all out of frame, guys. I'm sorry about that. All right, so it's just that I always got to try to twist that knee, twist his leg back around so he doesn't look all crazy in the knee. But those shorts look really good on him. The shorts, even though they're shorts, they really have the denim look. I wish they would have been longer pants though, because I really like this weight and print of denim here. I really like that. And they did hem them. They didn't leave a rough edge. You know how they'll do that in a minute. All right, let's put the sweater on him. At some point, I'm going to have to find a shirt to put on him because I can't have him all out with his chest out, though. He probably would like that. He probably would like that. All right, come on here, guy. All right. Yeah, these fashion packs are getting more and more disappointing. And I say that based on the printed on things and how less effort it seems is put in them. The pack, look at that. Look at those tea ties that left those holes in my cute little sweater. And you know, this is also, and Barbie can wear all of the stuff. I mean, those are just elastic pants and a t-shirt with a car on it. So you could definitely put these pieces on Barbie as well. But you guys know we don't always get, I'm trying to fix this leg again. The legs are more posable on the newer Fresh Squad bodies. But it also comes with a pair of sunglasses. So let's see if we can't get the sunglasses on him. We got these little sunglasses. So I guess instead of giving us shoes with this set, they gave us these sunglasses that I hope will fit. Yeah, and here we are. And here are my two guys in the new 2 fashion packs. Yeah, I'm going to have to get you a shirt, young man. You're not going to be running around here shirtless. Yeah. All right, just trying to get your legs right so that you can stand on your own. All right, so there he is. So here are the 2 guys. Here are the 2 guys in the 2 new fashion packs. All right. The only thing with the newer body, though, I'm learning is that the ankle joints are real loose, which means it's easy for them to flop over and cause a big mess, knocking things down. He looks cool in the sunglasses. He does. Can't wait to hear what you guys think. But what I wanted to say, I got my Ida B. Wells here because she's been hanging out at Mr. Fabulous's apartment, having wine and talking and, you know, all kinds of stuff. But I brought her out because she's wearing a very fitted dress, and that way I won't have to have a complete naked body here. But this dress is very form-fitting. But I customized her a little bit. I gave her a little mole, tried to style her hair, you know, to give her a more modern look. And I do have this doll as she is, but, you know, she's a different character in my miniverse. So she's very pretty. And why I'm talking about this body is because someone commented, like I said, respectfully, that they didn't purchase. They love Debbie Allen. They're a big fan of her. But they're probably not going to purchase the doll because they were disappointed that they put her on a curvy body. And Debbie Allen was not curvy. She was in shape, and she was very athletic. And I agree with the fact that she is very athletic. But the curvy piece, I don't agree with. Curvy doesn't mean out of shape, unfit, or fat. Um, I consider myself overweight, but I'm curvy, which is totally different from this. So a lot of times when we describe something, we don't always use the right word. I feel like when Mateo gave us the curvy body, a lot of people describe the doll as a plus size doll. I consider myself a plus size woman because I do wear what they consider plus size clothes on the heavier side. But I don't consider curvy and plus size the same thing, because you can be physically fit and in shape and not be overweight and still be considered a curvy woman. So I have to express my opinion on that because I don't agree with that. I don't agree that because they used a curvy body for her, they're depicting her as out of shape and not fit, because that's not what curvy means. And I don't feel like that's what this body type means. I like the collector curvy body a whole lot better when it comes to actually describing or depicting a curvy woman. She has curves. Her body is toned. She's thicker in the bust, which, most curvy women, if you are considered curvy, you have larger bust. You have a beautifully slim waist, but thicker. You have hips. You have more thicker thighs. And of course, you have more junk in the trunk. Does not mean at all that you are not fit. That body, in my opinion, is more a better description of a curvy woman. Now, the Made to Move body, I just grabbed her because she was closest. This is the Made to Move curvy body. Though it is curvy, and it is curvier than the regular body, it still doesn't give you, in my opinion, as close to a curvy woman shape as this body does. So I just had to voice my opinion on that comment, because I consider myself a plus size woman with curves, and I could be considered curvy, but I am overweight. You can be curvy and be physically fit, and it's different. Yeah, curvy doesn't always mean out of shape or not fit. So I just had to say that. That's my opinion, and that is fact as well. But I can also understand that the person, doesn't like the doll because they feel the doll has too many curves. Maybe you feel like she's more curvier than what you remember Debbie Allen to be, because she is very fit. She's very fit, but she does also still have a beautiful figure. I remember her growing up as very athletic and very fit, but I also could recall her, as being a little curvy in the hips and stuff. So, she approved the body. So if she approved it, then I guess that means that she's okay with it, and that she's okay with being a curvy woman, because she is a curvy woman, in my opinion. Doesn't mean she's not fit, though. And I just had to address that, respectfully, because the comment was not said to disrespect me or disrespect the doll. They was just expressing the reason why they weren't going to buy the doll. And I can completely understand that. They didn't give you the doll that you expected them to give you when they chose to give us an inspiring doll tribute to her. And that's that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I just wanted to drop in and chat with you guys a little bit and open some fashion packs and get some stuff opened. This room still seems to be getting cluttered, and I got to try to pull it together. All right, guys, this does conclude this video. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And I can't wait to hear your feedback and your comments. Did you find any of the new fashion packs? They seem to be slowly showing up. But they're nothing to write home to mama about. I was only excited about them because I love the fashion packs. And I like to review them here on the channel and share them here with you guys. Alright guys, you know the drill. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram. We are Ruby Red's World of Dolls there. Continue being awesome, fantastic, and fabulous. And I will talk to you awesome, amazing people in my next video.